What's up, guys? Me and Bert here giving our NHL playoff predictions.
She called me Dickie Cortez when she introduced me. Money running out, I'm hungry, I'm at the jaw now. Jackson Bricky, my nigga, I'm ready to ball now. It's never to the shine.
Round one, gonna start it off with the Islanders and Hurricanes. Bert, take the floor.
All right, this is gonna be an interesting series. Hurricanes obviously have a lot of firepower. They won the Metro this year. And the Islanders, kind of a team that has that dog in them, that just like always hanging around, always in the picture. They had to beat out the Panthers. They had to beat out the Penguins, the Capitals, Ottawa, Buffalo for that last playoff spot. So they were in the mix. They were fighting, and they came out on top. And I think they're going to do it again here in this series. I think the Islanders are going to surprise some people. I think Sorokin's going to steal a couple of games. And I think the fact that Svechnikov is out injured is really going to hurt the Hurricanes' offense. And, yeah, I think the Islanders take this one in 6.
I like that. I think the Islanders, obviously, making the trade for Bo Horvat was huge for them. He's been playing pretty good for them, obviously. Barzal being out for, the whole season is such a stinker. But like you said earlier, Sorokin's been playing out of his mind. He's been standing on his head, hasn't been letting in really any goals. He's definitely a candidate for the Vezina. I like the Islanders, but I think the Hurricanes just come out on top just because they're just way more offensively powered than the Islanders. Islanders are a very defensive team. They're defensive-minded, and that will definitely help them win games, but I don't think they could take 4 from the Hurricanes in this series. Give me the Hurricanes in 6. It's going to be gritty. I think it's going to be very low scoring due to the fact that what you said, Svechnikov being out. But I think Aho and the Hurricanes can get it done here in 6, and that's just my take on it.
We'll see. All right, going to the next one. Panthers versus Bruins. What do you think?
Oh, wow. Panthers were such a great team last season. Huberdeau and Barkov were something special to watch. But, what happened, before the season, Huberdeau got traded. Panthers made some trades. Kind of, didn't really work out the way they wanted it to, I feel like. And for that reason, I think I have to just take the best team in the league this year, Boston Bruins. I think that the Panthers can maybe take 1 from them, but I just think the Bruins can overpower them. I like them in 5. Team's just way too deep to even, have... I don't think the Panthers even really have a chance. Young goaltending for Florida could be a huge issue, especially in the playoffs. And I think the Bruins, that culture over there in Boston can just spark something crazy. What do you think?
All right, call me crazy, but the Panthers have been rolling lately. And, the Bruins, one of the best teams, if not the best team in NHL history. We saw what happened in 2019 to the last best team in NHL history, the Lightning. They got swept by the Blue Jackets in 4 games. Let's see that happen again here.
Call him crazy, man.
Give me the Panthers in 4.
Wow, that is a hot take. Was not expecting that.
Wait, what happened last time? Look at history. What happened last time we saw a historic team from the regular season come into the playoffs, and what happened?
They choked.
So let's see it out of the Bruins. Let's see a little choke. That might be coming from my heart a little bit, but yeah, I hope the Panthers can get it done. Probably not going to happen. Bruins are a powerhouse. They got the perfect line, Bergeron, Marchand, and Pastranak. And they're just all around just such a deep team. Hampus Lindholm on the blue line. They got McAvoy. Yeah, they're just such a well-rounded, good team, complete team. Olmark and Swayman back there. Both could be NHL starters. And, yeah, it's going to be tough, but give me the Panthers in 4.
I think, just to stay on this topic real quick, I think also why I'm giving a huge nod to the Boston Bruins is just because of the head coaching changes they made before the season. I think
great call.
I think that Boston with their new head coach has worked out way better than anyone has ever thought it would. Like last season, Boston wasn't really that good. I believe they missed the playoffs, or if anything, they might have made the wild card. But they obviously weren't as good as they are now, and I think it's just because of head coaching, and I think that's why I like the Boston Bruins a lot this series, just because Florida's head coaching, due to just the offseason with the trades and everything, that they thought this could work, and now it really hasn't been. They've been on fire, though, so I'll give a little nod to them. I think they could take a game or two, but I like Boston here. But now moving on to Dallas and Minnesota. Bert, who you like, why you like them, let us know.
I love the Wild, bro. I want them to win it. I don't think it's going to happen. I love Matt Zuccarello. The Wild are they're a solid team is what they are. They're not top to bottom a playoff roster, in my opinion. And that's what the Stars have. They got Ottinger in the back. And just a complete Heiskanen. They got Robertson. They got experience in Pavelski, which is gonna be huge in the playoffs. So, give me the Stars in 7.
Ooh, going further than I thought, but yeah, give me Dallas here. I think Dallas is just way more complete than Minnesota, especially with Kaprizov having a little bit of injury problems. Obviously, he's their star there in Minnesota, and, without your star, especially not playing to 100%, that's a huge question mark for Minnesota. If they could beat Dallas, I don't see them even beating the next team. I like Dallas here. I like Dallas in 6. I don't think they'll push it to 7. I think Dallas can just overtake them. Jason Robertson having a great season. Like, his first few games, oh my God, he was scoring goal after goal after goal, man. Mm-hmm. He was going off.
I mean, you could say that about Kaprizov, too.
Yeah, that is true. But I like just the whole Dallas longevity here. They got old guys like Pavelski, Jamie Benn, and then they got young guys like Robertson. I can't even think. Ottinger in net. Like, I just love that so much for them. I like Dallas in 6. And yeah, I'm just locking that in.
Solid pick. All right, moving on. We got the Kings and the Oilers. Definitely going to be a fun series. What are you thinking?
Give me the Oilers, man. Oilers, for obvious reasons, their offense is way too overpowering with McDavid and Draisaitl. They can score any given moment in the game. 3 seconds left, they can score. They're always in the back of your head. Although the Kings can make like a weird push. Like, I think they can get hot fast, but their goaltending is something to worry about. Who they got? Phoenix Copley back there.
Mm-hmm.
Man, he's still young, but I don't.
They've had some struggles. I mean, they had to trade Jonathan Quick in the middle of the season, try to get back Korpisalo, see how he did, which he did pretty good to start off, but, I mean, he got right back to his usual ways like he was in Columbus. So, yeah, I mean, you're giving McDavid a team that has goaltending issues. I think it's a recipe for disaster for the Kings. I do think the Kings, like we were saying, how the Stars and the Bruins are definitely like more complete teams. I think the Kings are probably a little bit more of a complete team than the Oilers, but I think it's going to come down to McDavid and Draisaitl doing their normal thing that they always do. I think it's going to be Oilers in 5, and I think McDavid's going to have 11 points in the first series in 5 games. So
that most definitely can happen, especially from the greatest player.
I wouldn't be surprised if he dropped like 12 or 15.
Yeah.
That would be insane, but I could see it happening.
He's been on a tear recently, man. But let's move on. Rangers, Devils. Obviously, I know what you're going to take. Let the fans know. Let's hear it.
I'm taking the Rangers. I think this series is going to be super close, super hard fought. I think it goes 7 games for sure. It's going to be high scoring, and even with Shesterkin back there, the Devils have such an explosive offense with Jack Hughes, Timo Meier, Nico Hischier. Even on the defensive end, Dougie Hamilton is always getting in the mix on offense too. They got solid goaltending in Vanacek, and even Schmid is playing like an animal. But I got to go with the Rangers here. The Rangers are taking this one in 7, and they're just battle tested. They went to the Eastern Conference Final last year. Brought in guys like Patrick Kane, Tarasenko, two guys that just perform in the playoffs. I mean, Patrick Kane, Showtime's his literally his nickname. Tarasenko just won a couple years ago with the Blues, and they're looking to win another. So why not? With the best goaltender in the league, you got Mika Zibanejad, Chris Kreider. The young guys on the third line are animals, and they showed that they really all pretty much broke out last playoffs. So if they can keep it going, dude, I would love to see the Rangers win this in 7 and hopefully go far from there.
Oh yeah, I love that. This is probably going to be the most watched series, I feel like, in the first round at least. I have crazy high expectations for this matchup. Devils, obviously, Jack Hughes, star, showed out huge this season. As you guys know, it would be his first season in the playoffs. I personally think he will do good, but I don't think his team can play around him to win games against the Rangers. I think Igor is just a brick wall in net, and the Rangers have way too much offensive power with their star-studded lineup, like you said. They got Kane, Mika, they got even Filipino, who's been playing crazy this season, Tarasenko, who's been playing good, Adam Fox. I mean, they're all tied so well together, and we even forgot the best name there, Artemi Panarin. All great players. Devils have players that haven't even been in the playoffs, like Timo Meier, Jesper Bratt, Nico Hischier, maybe even Dougie Hamilton. I don't know off the top of my head, but
Jesper
Bratt. They're very unexperienced in the playoffs, and I think the Rangers are very experienced. Like you said, they battled so hard last season. I really wanted to see them to get to the Cup. They couldn't get through, but I like the Rangers in 7 here. It's going to be super exciting, very back and forth game, high scoring. And I got Rangers in 7.
One thing that we didn't mention is the Devils. I think the Devils beat the Rangers 3. I think the series was 3-1-1 or 3-1-2 maybe.
Okay.
The Devils won 3.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So that's very interesting. Obviously, the Devils fans are gonna look at that and say, "Oh, the Devils are taking this in 6 and 4 and whatever." But I think it's definitely going to be more of a battle than people think. And I don't know. I hope the best goaltender in the league can come out on top in this one. Let's go, Igor. Let's go, Rangers. Both of our picks, Rangers in 7.
Rangers in 7, baby. Lock it in. Lock it in.
All right, moving on here. We got the Lightning versus the Maple Leafs. This is going to be a fun one, too.
This is going to be very fun, too. It's going to be gritty. It's going to be back and forth. Speaking of one of the best goaltenders of all time, Vasilevsky, has proven that throughout the years. Lightning have been little here and there this season. Obviously not the best as last year or the year before. It's hard, man. The Maple Leafs made some good offseason adjustments and some trade deadline adjustments to help better their team. But will it be enough to get out of the first round for the first time in who knows how long?
8 years or something?
Crazy, but I think I'm going to give the nod to the Lightning. Another 7-game series, very back and forth. I think it's going to be a huge struggle for both teams to keep going back and forth from Toronto to Tampa. It's going to be very jet laggy. The people are going to be tired. I just think the Lightning have way more experience than the Maple Leafs in the playoffs. They've been to the Cup 3 out of the 4 times in the past 4 seasons. They got guys like Vasilevsky, who's been in that spotlight. They couldn't get the job done last season, but they were playing crazy. They got Kucherov, Victor Hedman, Sergachev back there too. I mean, I think they're just way more complete than the Maple Leafs right now. And due to past years with the Maple Leafs, I gotta give the nod to the Lightning. Lightning in 7's my pick. Bert?
I also think this is going 7 games. Obviously, a lot of firepower on both sides. Lightning might have the edge in goaltending. Definitely have the edge in goaltending, sorry. But I don't know. If there's a year to break the curse, I think it could be this year for the Maple Leafs. Unfortunately, I'm not going to pick them. I think the Lightning are much more battle-tested. Obviously, the Leafs only have 7 games here, 7 games there to talk about their playoff experience. But I think the Lightning are going to take the first round. I don't know if they go as far as they did last year or as far as they usually do. It would be cool if they did and they won another cup, solidified 3 cups in 4 years, solidify the dynasty. That would be pretty cool, but I hope it doesn't happen, and I'm going to take the Lightning in 7 in this one.
Ooh, okay. Like that. Moving on, Winnipeg Jets and the Vegas Golden Knights. Bert, let's hear it.
All right, so Golden Knights are getting some guys back from injury. Mark Stone, Jack Eichel, Shea Theodore, all guys with like huge contracts. Might be a little cap circumvention there. Who knows? Not me. They're a good team. They're solid. Led the Pacific, I believe. And but the Jets have always been in that mix, and they got a good roster. I think the Jets might be the Golden Knights' Achilles heel this year, and I think they take it in 6 games. They got guys like Kyle Connor, Hellebuck back there, Morrissey, like you said, and yeah, I think the Jets can put one together, and let's show me the whiteout. Show me the whiteout in 6 games. Here we go.
Yeah. All right, I like that take. It's hard to say. Like you said just before, Vegas has been dealing with a lot of injuries this season. They're getting guys back now. I think they could be slow to start off, maybe lose their first 2 to Winnipeg. But I don't know. Winnipeg has been very shaky in the regular season. They've obviously won their fair share of games, but there's been times where they've had opportunities to, get really ahead in their division, and they just never capitalized. And I think that translates a lot to playoff hockey. And I think Vegas can really just overpower them. I think Jack Eichel is ready to, make his push finally. And I think Vegas can just overpower them. I think this is going to be a very low-scoring series, to be honest. Hellebuck's in net, and, they got guys. Vegas has got, their whole circuit back there. But I don't know. I'm going to ride Vegas 6 here. It could be either or, but I'm going to give the edge to Vegas here.
I like that. That's a good pick. Vegas is good. I don't know what I'm doing picking the Jets, but who knows with playoff hockey. So, moving on to the next game, we got Seattle Kraken versus the reigning, defending Stanley Cup champions, Colorado Avalanche. Gonna be a fun one.
This is gonna be very fun. It's very interesting to see the Seattle Kraken in their playoffs. Their guys really haven't had that much experience, but they're very deep. The Kraken. They got guys like Matty Beniers. He stepped up huge this season in his rookie season. I think he could be a good little difference maker, like somebody to watch out for. Can he get the job done with his team? I don't know. Goaltending's been a huge issue. Grubauer and Jones. Who knows who's even going to start the first game? Who knows who's going to start the second? I don't know. It's been a huge problem, but Kraken are a chippy team. They can put up some shots and find the net once in a while. Especially with Avalanche, with Georgiev, who's been fairly good this season. He doesn't really have that much playoff experience either, but I think the Kraken could get some shots up and score some home, but I think it really just comes down to how well the Avalanche offense can perform. If they can capitalize on their shots and take control of the moment that they're in, I think Avalanche by a million here. And I think they do that. McKinnon, Rantanen, Makar, that trio has been crazy. I think they find the back of the net, especially with those goaltenders for Seattle. Give me Avalanche in 5 here. Although I would love to see Seattle make it, I just don't see it happening. Bert?
So everybody would love to see the Kraken knock out the defending Stanley Cup champions. I don't think it's gonna happen. I'm with you. Georgiev's been playing like top 5, maybe top 6 best goalies in the league this season, which is pretty incredible after getting rid of Darcy Kemper in the offseason. And that was huge for the Avs. But I don't know. The Avs, They have some holes in their team, and like a big storyline was Landeskog not being able to come back.
Such a shame.
Yeah, man, he played on his knee during last year's playoffs. Played on the knee injury, and it costed him for this year. But I mean, he won a cup out of it, so can't really blame him for it. I do think the Avalanche take this one though. I think it's gonna be more than 5. I think it'll be like 6 or 7 games. We'll say 7. I'll give the Kraken a fighting chance for it. Kraken are a deep team. The Avs aren't as deep, but I mean that defense is stacked. I think Bowen Byram's gonna be a player to watch, and I think the Avs take it in 7.
Sweet. That just about wraps it all up. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. And this has been The U.
I went undrafted, they dissing me. Keep talking down, though I love it.
Tom McGrath Electric. It's electric.